Hello, Xbox Nation, Xbox Universe. What's up with it? Another beautiful day. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, for you Steam Deck lovers, I got an article that I did last night. I'll put it up along with this video. But anyway, let's do this. All right. I'm still trying. I saw this article on Eurogamer, but it's not making any sense to me. But listen to this. Xbox Game Pass subscribers numbers grow, but miss goal. Let me read it again. Xbox Game Pass subscribers numbers grow, but miss goal. Figure study, right? But anyway, what goal are these people talking about is beyond me. If they didn't get the message then, they will never get it. Didn't Phil Spencer over at Xbox warn the world that sales ain't the end all be all to video games? They still don't get it. See, what Microsoft do is that they build a powerful console, throw it at the developers and say, here, do what you do. And then Microsoft go work on their infrastructure for the console. They don't talk about sales. They work on infrastructure and features. That's all they work on. And they let that do the talking for them and live with the results. They never talk sales numbers. Now they might talk about sales numbers in a board meeting or something like that. But talking about sales numbers to the public, that ain't Microsoft style. See, when it comes to sales numbers in video games, that's usually Sony and Nintendo fans doing that. But they love to talk about sales. And the truth of the matter is this. The PlayStation fans and Nintendo fans are miserable. Right now, Xbox gamers are having more fun than the PlayStation and Nintendo fans. Nintendo and Sony fans are miserable. Okay? Xbox fans are having more fun than they are. So when it comes to video games, Microsoft don't talk sales numbers. They never talk sales numbers. Phil Spencer gave you the clue to let you know what they were about when he said sales ain't the end all be all to video games. They build a powerful console, throw it at the developers, and then they go work on the infrastructure of the console. That's all they do. They don't talk sales. When it comes to sales in Microsoft, sales to Microsoft is like beginners. It's for beginners. They don't talk about that stuff. That stuff is petty to them. Microsoft is more about the network, the infrastructure, and the features. That's all they care about, and they will live with the results of that. Okay? They don't talk sales. But anyway, listen to this. Listen to this. It says here, Xbox Game Pass subscriber numbers grow but miss goal. But now my question is, what goal are you talking about? Because if Microsoft never came out and talked about a goal with Xbox Game Pass, then the goal don't exist. The goal was just to get Game Pass out, get it off the ground. They did, and they solidified it. So you're talking about a goal when it comes to numbers. When it comes to sales number and Microsoft, it's foreign to them. They don't talk about it. That's not their thing. But anyway, listen to this. The number of people subscribed to Xbox Game Pass have grown by 37% over the year, ending 30th June, Microsoft has revealed. But the slower growth curve, the 48% goal it had previously set itself. But anyway, it's also slower than the explosive growth of Game Pass subscribers during the previous 12 months, when the total shot up by 86%, beating Microsoft's own early target. Sorry about that. These numbers are being scrutinized as Microsoft sees them as key targets for its gaming division and its senior executive. According to Axios, Xbox Game Pass numbers are the only gaming exclusive metrics listed in senior figures payment plans, For fans, the numbers are also a rare window into how well Xbox is doing generally and how well its model of releasing new games day and date in Game Pass is going. Microsoft does not share hardware figures. See what I said? Let me say that again. This is the article. Microsoft does not share hardware figures. They don't talk about it because it's not important to them. They are more about infrastructure, network, and features. Anyway, unlike Sony, and it has been a while since we have heard a specific subscriber total for Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass. They don't talk about it. That's not their thing. Last we heard, Xbox Game Pass official subscriber total stood at 18 million people back in January this year. A minor fluff occurred last month when Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick threw out a 30 million subscriber figure when speaking with Xbox boss Phil Spencer doing a live interview on the Wrap. Spencer didn't corroborate the number, which is believed to be over optimistic. Unofficially, Windows Central Jez Corden has said Xbox Game Pass at 23 million subscribers by 20th April, meaning the user base had more than doubled in size in a year. If that momentum continues through the launch of this year's big hitter like Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite, 30 million seems attainable by then. We may hear more at Microsoft's special show to celebrate the Xbox 20th anniversary, due to be held on 15th November at 5 p.m. UK United Kingdom time. Anyway, look, and then I got 48 comments on this article, and I'm pretty sure these comments are long, but I'm pretty sure people are probably saying the same thing that I'm saying, like, what business is it of yours anyway? Microsoft don't talk about sales numbers. And people still don't get it. But anyway, okay, here we go. Here, 48 comments, and these some big comments too. Woo, 48 of them. Let's see if I can get through them. All right, let's do this. All right. Uh-oh, go back up. Up. Get up there. Come on, you can do it. All right, let's do this. 48 comments. Let's do this. He says, one person says, I do wonder if and how Game Pass might be impacting software sales. We have heard many devs saying that it's increased sales, which is probably fair enough, but I am talking about the bigger stuff that doesn't actually arrive on the servers immediately. Looking at physical UK software sales, it seems the vast majority of box games are sold on PS5 and PS4. Popular mainstream games are probably the best indication of how things are going. In that regard, Far Cry 6, FIFA 22 both had vastly higher sales on PlayStation 5 than on Series X, not counting digital sales. So weren't we supposed to get a mixed chart by now? Whatever happened to that? In the US, it's also hard to say, but one thing I noticed is that Tales of Arise was basically on the same spot in the chart for both PlayStation and Xbox version. Considering that the series is very fan base centric, it's easy to imagine that the vast majority of copies would have been sold on PlayStation, so on the high position on the Xbox chart would mean that they aren't selling a lot of software overall. Again, this is all speculation. Exactly, speculation. Still, I have seen analysts estimate around 6.5 million units sold by June, not that much lower than PlayStation 5 at 5 million, which makes me wonder if these people are even buying games. Maybe Game Pass is having a bigger than expected effect on player base purchase decision. I want to say that it did with me, but the truth is that I wasn't buying a lot of new games even before subscribing. Oh boy. These people just don't get it. Phil Spencer said sales ain't the end all be all to video games. People still don't get it, but they'll learn one day. But anyway, if you've been playing video games like I have, then you will definitely understand that statement. But if you haven't, you will never get it. You got a lot of catching up to do. But anyway, next comment. Personally, another person said, personally it depends on the game, but there are plenty I think I will wait to see it on Game Pass, PS Plus, etc. too. But to be fair, I usually wait for a sale on these games anyway. I just wait a little longer. I am often rewarded for my patience. Forgotten City and Scarlet Nexus are tools that were on my store wish list. I'm sure it's affects sales. The question is whether that matters if developers are getting paid, and it opens up the opportunity for more people to play games. The main potential trouble is for the games that don't come to Game Pass and people holding off. Will that push some dev publishers away from Xbox? Who knows? Then he said, though as an all-system player with no affiliation, I have noticed I buy or consider buying more games on Xbox this gen. In past, that is because my launch Xbox One was the worst place to play last gen. But I am also thinking about where I want my library in the future. Xbox has been better both for backwards compatibility and adding features that are useful to me, like FPS boot, X-Enhance, etc., etc. That has made me wish some of my library wasn't on PlayStation Network. Ultimately, I think I want more features. Ultimately, I want more of my future library on Xbox, even if more and more games come through Game Pass. People love Game Pass, people. There's a lot of gamers out there that love Game Pass, man. So to me, the article ain't making any sense. If Microsoft ain't talking about sales, then what business is it of yours? Game Pass is doing the talking for Microsoft. But anyway, another person says, definitely affects it. I wait for all EA games to hit Game Pass now, whereas previously I might have jumped at FIFA 1 or F1 or FIFA. Same with other games I am not certain on. I will wait, and either it hits the 20 to 30 mark or Game Pass, whichever happens first. I get it. Another person says here, it depends on whether or not the game has already entered the service or has left. Games that have left I buy again to keep forever if I really enjoy them. But generally the backwards compatibility of Xbox has a bigger impact. It's just my platform of choice. Now for my cross-platform games, as I just don't have confidence anymore in PlayStation, even though my PS5 is being used a lot, it's really only for exclusives. Let me tell you something, man. Look, PlayStation shot themselves in the foot when they gave up on that backwards compatibility, man. And that was a huge blow. That was a huge blow to PlayStation now. So they shot themselves in the foot, man. And you could see the damaging of that. But anyway, next comment says 23 million is decent. They won't hit those super expectation until they get bigger games on there. If I'm honest, and I've always felt this, the gaming subscription market may have more limits than we realize anyway. It will be the big Bethesda games that bring folks in long term. So I have had Game Pass for 2 months now, and would say it's really good overall. Value proposition is amazing, and combined with Microsoft Reward Quest system, you get a lot of it. I play a lot of Forza and Halo, currently playing Plague Tale, and considering I am paying $10 a month for what are optimized next-gen experience on my Series S, it is brilliant. But I can see why some would say it is a little overrated too. I also seem to play a lot of fillers that I never fully commit to or go back to, and this is a good thing in many ways, as there are a lot of options but there is just a slight lack of overall quality. If I am honest, I can't help but to think if BOTW, Mario Odyssey, or Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Bloodborne, and God of War were here, they would be the best, most popular games on the service quite easily. It feels like it needs bigger games to me at times. New Halo, Forza can't come soon enough. Although the difference with owning a game that I'm buying, sometimes I want and enjoy, and I'm more engaged with it. Like I will forgive things I don't like a little more and go with. On Game Pass, I just play something else immediately. It has made gaming feel more disposable, and I am unsure what I feel about that. I have certainly bought less games as a result too. Basically, it is great, but maybe also comes down to what you want from gaming. As a teenager with the time to play, Game Pass must be a dream come true. But if you are more discerning about what you want to play, it may not be entirely what you want. Look at a comment. Anyway, I'm gonna go one more comment. One more comment here. Another person here says, I know what you mean. When I was younger, I had a Spectrum and Amiga with hundreds of games. I found myself playing one for a bit, then moving on to the next. Obviously, it wasn't easy on the Spectrum, as it took about 10 ends to load a game. I guess he meant minutes, but that is besides the point. When I got older and bought a console with legitimate games, I started to appreciate them more. As I bought them with my own money, I was also a lot more cautious about which game I play. I feel that Game Pass would have had the same effect on me as my Specie Amiga days. I know I am probably the minority, but it is another reason why people might not buy. People giving different opinions. But anyway, one more comment. People say, when you realize that 37% equals around 8 million new people, that's nothing to scoff at. Their yearly growth is kind of some service are hitting after a half decade. And then one more, that's my last comment. One more person says here, Game Pass target is the only pure gaming metric target that affects the bonus the top brass at Microsoft makes. So missing that target is a big deal to them. Anyway, look, I read about 5 comments. There's about 48 comments, but I'm not gonna go into any more. But anyway, look, like my grandma used to tell me. She said to me, Chris, Rome was not built in one day. Okay, so the saying goes to Game Pass. Game Pass will grow over time. Game Pass will grow over time, and it's Game Pass to me is like one of them big old redwood trees. Its roots is just growing. It's taking its time and spreading out, but it's growing. It's just growing and growing. You know what I'm saying? You might not see it moving like it wanted to move, but it's really moving. And every day, every week, another person joins it. So it is growing. So Microsoft is doing good with Game Pass when you really look at it. They might not talk about sales numbers and all that. They might not talk about sales numbers, right? But Microsoft is more about infrastructure, network, and features, and they let that do the talking for them. They build a powerful console, throw it at the developers, and then go and work on the network, the infrastructure, the features. They don't talk about sales numbers. So they got Game Pass off the ground, which is good. They got the backwards compatibility. They got the they add ZeniMax and Bethesda to it, and they're reaping the benefits of Game Pass, and Game Pass is just growing. It's spreading its roots. It's just growing. It's moving. You know, it's moving. It might not come at you. It might not come at you all at once like the results that this editor trying to claim. But they are seeing growth every day. They're seeing growth. So it's not how fast Game Pass grows. You know, it's not when it's growing, but it's not how fast Game Pass is growing. But Game Pass is just taking its time and just, you know, spreading its roots out there in the gaming universe, and it's growing. You know, and that title Game Pass, man, you can't beat that title. The name Game Pass by itself. You know, like I told you before, a few people might know what PlayStation Now is, but everybody know what Game Pass is. So Game Pass is just growing like this. It's just growing, you know. So, you know, like Microsoft don't talk about no sales numbers, man. That's not their thing. They're more about infrastructure, network features, and they got a whole boatload of games that they're gonna get. So when Final Fantasy Online comes to When Final Fantasy Online comes to Game Pass, it's going to even grow. It's going to grow when those games in development that they got comes to Game Pass, it's going to grow. You know, so Game Pass is just taking its time, just growing, just enjoying the process of growth, and they gonna get the results that they're looking for. So to me, this editor was just reaching with the whole thing, you know, talking about it misses mark. It's growing every day. Game Pass is growing, you know. So they get a subscriber here, a subscriber there, 1, 2, 3, some, you know, it's growing, you know. So Microsoft is doing good with Game Pass right now, and plus they got a lot of things. They got a lot of things, a lot of games that they're working on, and a lot of studios to deal with, and they're just working on that infrastructure. That's all they're all about, man. They ain't worried about no sales numbers. They'll get their sales once the infrastructure is taken care of. The sales numbers will speak for itself. But as far as them coming out talking about sales numbers and sales figures, that ain't Microsoft. That is not Microsoft, man. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy with the article. And there's about 48 comments, and the comments are pretty long. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. Peace.